Hello, guys. Welcome back. And let's be real. If I hear one more person say, I can't help it, I'm just anxious attachment, I might just scream, literally. Yes, attachment theory is real, but your personality is not your attachment style. Woo! Let's get into it and let's talk about why. Raw conversations, real feelings, and no copay. This is Am I the Patient? Welcome back to Am I the Patient, the podcast where we take therapy concepts out of the textbook and into real life. I'm your host, Miss J, and today we're talking about attachment styles. So, you hear about it. I'm going to give it to you, and we're going to make this quick. Like I said, guys, we're making these episodes short just so that the algorithm pushes them a little bit. But we're here every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But anyway, let's just do a quick refresher on attachment theory. So you've heard of it, right? Attachment theory is all about how we connect to others. It's usually shaped by our earliest relationships. So you know the four main attachment styles: secure attachment. And secure attachment is where you are generally comfortable with closeness, trust, and independence. You can give and receive love without too much fear or rejection, fear of rejection. Then you have the anxious attachment, where you crave closeness, but you worry about being abandoned. You might need frequent reassurance in relationships, which you see often with, or at least I see often in relationships. We have the avoidant attachment, and this is where you value your independence to the point where intimacy feels uncomfortable. So you might pull back when people get too close. And last but not least, there's the fearful avoidant or disorganized attachment, where it's a mix of both anxious and avoidant. So you want closeness, but you're also scared of it, which can create those push-pull dynamics. So these aren't personality types, guys. They're patterns, and patterns can change. So, social media made attachment theory super popular, but it also really oversimplified it. People now say things like, oh, I ghost people because I'm so avoidant, or I cling because I'm anxious. It's almost used as an excuse rather than a tool for self awareness, which, if you're just blaming it on something else, you're not taking any accountability, you can't grow. You're just naming it, and then it's like, okay, now what? But you're not doomed to repeat the same patterns forever. Growth is always possible. So, your attachment style can shift over time, or it can differ depending on the relationship. Secure partners can help you feel safer. Therapy, healing work, and even just life experiences can move you towards security. So instead of saying, oh, I'm anxious attachment, you can say, hey, I tend to lean more anxious, but I'm working toward being more secure, right? We all know the dangers of self diagnosing. Oh my gosh. Some people wear their attachment style like it's a badge. But when you do that, it can become limiting. It also risks reducing yourself to one label, when we as humans are way more complex. So just remember, attachment styles are a starting point and is not the full story. Okay. So, am I the patient? My gosh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And you know why? Because as much as I've talked about attachment styles with clients, I've talked about it with couples, and it's something that I processed in session with people. I've never took a hard look at my own attachment style, which, again, remember, it's not a label. It's not my personality. It's just a starting point. So I am going to take an attachment theory quiz with you guys really quick. And then we're going to talk about my attachment style, or what comes up in this quiz anyway. And then that'll be the episode for today. Okay. Okay. So I had to get the quiz loaded up, but this is a quick attachment style quiz from Psychology Today. And I like this little quiz just because one, it's quick, and two, there's all types of resources. There's other quizzes on here. And if you need to, or if you're interested in looking into therapists who can work with your attachment style and what that would look like, they're off all of that is on this website as well. So, okay, I'm going to read through the questions and I will link this in the description of this episode. So please feel free to take it for yourself, but this is going to be for me. So it says relationship attachment test. There's 20 questions, takes us 3 minutes. And it says, are you securely attached in your relationship? I think so. A securely attached person finds it easy to trust and is willing to depend on them. But someone who is insecurely attached may spend too much time worrying that a partner will abandon them and have a hard time in the relationship. So much of what we just talked about that I gave you a quick spiel on. Take this test to see how securely you attach. See how securely attached you are. And of course, I am thinking with my relationship with my boyfriend in mind. Okay? So the key is strongly disagree, neutral, strongly agree. So the first one, I tried to work through relationship difficulties. I'm in the middle, kind of agree. I like showing my affection, agree. I am emotionally close in my relationships, agree-ish. I can express my emotions, agree-ish. My partner cares about me, I would hope so. I have strong relationships, agree. People say I can come across distant. Not in my relationships, but maybe in my friendships. Well, not my romantic relationships, but more of my friendships. So we'll just go neutral. I open up to my partner easily. This is Am I the Patient, guys? We'll go neutral. Jeez. Vulnerability is hard for me, okay? Something I'm working on in therapy. I am comfortable being alone. Agree. I prefer to be unattached. Not really. Disagree. I can express my needs. That one's harder for me. We'll go neutral. Maybe in the middle. Between neutral and agree. I try to keep my emotions and vulnerabilities hidden from others. Oh, I don't want to say it out loud. Agree. People say I prematurely in romantic relationships. No. Close relationships don't scare me. Agree. They don't scare me. I often find myself wanting more space in my relationships. No. Disagree. I'm the opposite. I'm clingy. Sorry. I feel comfortable depending on my partner. Agree. I rarely feel stressed or anxious about the state of my romantic relationships. Rarely. Yeah, I agree. I know my partner really loves me. I would hope. I think so. Agree. My partners have told me that I keep my distance emotionally. No, disagree. I've never been told that. And number 20, I can get nervous when my partner is not available for me. I have to agree a little bit with that one. Okay. We're ready, guys. Score the test. Okay. All right. Your girl is securely attached. I like the little bell curve that they have. I got 70 out of 100. The score for securely attached is 69/86. So let me just run through the gamut of it and then I'll read more of what they explain. So what does the score mean? 0 to 24 is very insecurely attached. 25 to 43 insecurely attached. 44 to 68 is in the middle. 69 to 86 is securely attached. 87 to 100 is very securely attached. So I got 70. So that puts me at securely attached. So, this is your score indicates generally secure attachment. Forming close relationships is second nature to someone who is securely attached, like yourself. Securely attached individuals are able to think about and talk to themselves, talk to myself, in a positive way and remain optimistic and hopeful about their future. That seems accurate. What to know? A securely attached individual feels valuable, validated, understood, accepted, and happy with the love and support they receive, especially from their partners. The securely attached individual is also comfortable being emotionally close. They are not worried about being abandoned, and they are comfortable with setting boundaries. That seems accurate of me. A secure individual does not feel claustrophobic or trapped when people want to be close to them. Nope, I do not. They are comfortable sharing their feelings and vulnerabilities. Somewhat. Yeah, that's why we're more on the bottom of that scale, but whatever. When a person pushes aside their attachment needs to keep emotional distance, they may have a dismissive avoidance style. However, this type of person also has no problem diving into relationships. So some insecurely attached people simultaneously want to be close to others as well as distant from them. They want but fear closeness, and this has been called the fearful avoidance style. So yeah, this is great. So the next part, they said, kick it up a notch. Be self-aware. Self-awareness is key to your relationships. You have a clear understanding of your emotional state, which is helpful in coping with day-to-day stress. Therapy check-in. Even in secure relationships, a therapist can help a person become more confident about their close bonds. And then it goes into how there are some therapists in my area that would work with, relationship issues and attachment issues. So I think that's pretty neat. So like I said, go click the link, take the the little quiz for yourself. It takes 3 minutes. We did it together right here on the podcast. See where you land and do some reflection. How does that feel with how you engage in relationships, whether they be friendships or romantic partners? Do some little self-reflection with that. I like it. Okay. All right, guys, we're about to wrap up this episode, but the takeaway is that attachment styles are powerful tools for insight, but they're not a diagnosis, okay? So they don't define your worth, your ability to have healthy relationships, or your potential for growth. You can acknowledge your patterns and still choose to change them. So I thank you guys for listening. If you love this episode, please share it with someone who swears by their attachment style like it's our Hogwarts house. Like, come on now. Goodness. Oh, and don't forget, I want to hear from you. Check out the Linktree. Take that attachment quiz. Reach out on my Google form. If you're in a relationship and you don't know what attachment style you are, send me some info. Maybe we can dive into it. Anything. Or you can also send an email to amithepatientpod@gmail.com. Your story might just inspire a future episode. You never know. So anyway, until then, don't let labels limit you. Bye, guys.